The odd NASA record of nobody winning the first 3 rounds of the season has stood since July of 2012. So many drivers have gotten close. Bo Albert, Jakob Rufo, Sindre Silva, and myself, to name a few. I was defeated last night, so it lies with Cody Crosgrove or Evan McFarlane to break the record. Will we see NASA history tonight? We'll find out together. The Norwegian Grand Prix is next. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Lånkebanen. Opened in 1987, North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting this circuit in 2020A. 0.63 miles in length with 7 corners in total, 4 to the right and 3 to the left. The lap begins jumping past turn 1 to the Joker decision and turn 2. Hug drivers right to avoid the bumpy dirt on the way to turn 3, down the hill to 4 and 5, and watch for our drivers searching for the precious inside curb to get grip through the entire corner. Up the hill to turn 6 to a blind apex with the wall on the inside, and perfection is required here not to end up on the grass on driver's right. Around the corner of 7, over the start-finish jump again, and that completes a lap here in Norway. In contenders, we have 15 cars that will be split into 4 heat races. The heat races are 5 laps, and you have to take the Joker lap once. The top 2 transfer through to the feature, the winner gets 3 bonus points, and the runner-up gets 2. The rest of our competitors will be sent to the semifinal round. 5 laps, Joker once, and the top 2 transfer into the feature, and they receive a bonus point. The drivers that do not make the feature will be awarded points from 11th down to 15th. This sets the grid for our 10-car, 10-lap feature race where the points are awarded and trophies are handed out. Unique to NASA Rallycross, 2 Jokers are taken during the feature. In the supercar class, in about an hour, the lap count and Jokers are the same. We have 8 entries along with our 3 contenders that transfer up. This is an 11-car field that splits into 3 heat races. Top 2 transfer out of the heat races. We're having a 5-car semifinal to determine who will be the top 2 in that race that transfer to the feature. That leaves 8 cars in about an hour to battle for glory here in Norway. The 29th season of the NASA Rallycross Challenge continues tonight. With Bryan Sawyer on the production truck and 2022A Sportsman Class champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to the Norwegian Grand Prix. The NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Our coverage on ASN was also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Thirdly, our cameras for the entire season are provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Sabetti. Justin, I did not win the lights race last night, so the record stands of nobody sweeping the first 3 rounds of the season. Obviously, though, Cody Crosgrove and McFarlane are both stupid fast. So what are your thoughts on this evening?
Oh, yeah. Like Cody Crosgrove, I expect nothing but great things from him tonight. He's always fast here in hell. He's always giving me a heck of a fight here. But Evan McFarlane's going to be the one to watch tonight. I think he's going to come after that record. And actually, I think he might pad it a bit tonight. Or at least he has a very good chance of most of the drivers here. So focused, so determined. Excited to see what he brings later on tonight. But for right now, the contenders, all eyes on Cody Crosgrove with that incredible win last week and an incredible podium finish in the Supers race. So, like I said, all eyes on this amazing green car here in the number 18, Cody Crosgrove.
As we take a look at the Drivers' Championship coming into Norway, and the Canadian Cody Crosgrove on top of that table with 54 points. Cody Wieniecki with 41. Remember, he won Sportsman in Knockhill, but finished second to Crosgrove. So he's showing good pace against the Canadian. Matthew Lindy in third, Chris Wetz in fourth, Matty Grove in fifth, Rakowski, Morris, Dubois, Darnell, and Robichaud to the top 10. No Matty Morris tonight, so 9 of our top 10 are here. The team's championship, it is a Slapex 1-2, 77 for the Subaru cars, 50 for the Ford cars, and JC Simsport Jr. also tied with them on 50. As Subi Squad, OSS Patrol Charlie, Underfunded Motorsports, Squadra Stunzid down the order in that championship. As we are in qualifying, just trying to find some lap times that have been set. Matthew Lindy, 37.340. Cody Erdmann, the 2-time Supercar champion, 37.376. Oh, Justin, it's going to be like sports cars all over again.
Yeah.
We've got 3 cars within a tenth of a second. Cody
Wow,
Crosgrove, 37.434.
Oh, this is exciting. And you get a few drivers like that who are really fast. They're going to get spread out in the heats.
Crosgrove's ending his run. Not to cut you off already.
No, you're good. We still have plenty of time left.
Corner. Crosses the line. 37.288. Fastest of all is the Canadian. Let's take a look and see. Lindy crosses the line. 37.5. Wienecke 38.1. Where is Erdmann in the 52? I believe he is done with his qualifying run. He is. So Crosgrove sneaks this pole position away potentially in the dying minute, or the dying seconds, and the only car in the 0.2 second bracket here.
Wow, what a run. But look at all these drivers in the 37s. That's incredible. The top 5 right there clinging on. And this track, so wishy and washy, and the way you approach this turn here. We're watching Dubois here now enter this corner down at the bottom. I can make or break a lap. This right here is half a second if you make a mistake, Josh.
Oh, that turn, that hairpin turn 5, you have to run the curb if you want to be quick. I would say you hemorrhage even more time, especially down at the bottom of the hill. Super hard to get right, of course, in the light, but the supercars, it's a different story. As everyone utilizing the extra time, so it's unique here on iRacing that when you're done with your qualifying run, you could still practice the car. So these guys have a couple more seconds to take a little bit of practice left. And let me tell you, the Joker here in Norway is going to be a talking point, of course, with how committed you have to be. Basically, rip the handbrake and pray that you make the apex.
Yeah, pretty much. It is. If you're approaching it at full speed and you want to maybe get a run in, absolutely. Handbrake necessary. It's a good slide. We'll watch some drivers come in here and rip the curbing too. And it's
Grid.
a spot, Josh.
For Heat 1, Cody Crosgrove, Chris Wetz, Eric Dubois, Jess Rakowski, Vinny Sowers, and Cody Crosgrove trying to get another pole position here in NASA Rallycross Contenders, as he did get pole position last week in Great Britain, and Cody Wienecke got that pole position in Knockhill, but he couldn't convert it into a win, so we'll just have to wait and see. For the first time, we have a 5-lap heat race, as it was decided as a leadership team, there's no point to have a 6-lap heat race, so we've cut that down by 1 lap, and I just realized both of my cars are in this race. 2 Slapex cars, and then Chris Wetz by himself for Underfunded Motorsports. We get ready for Heat 1 here in Norway. Green flag off the line, even start. Crosgrove didn't get the good start that I thought he did. Wetz and Dubois on the outside down to the first corner. Everyone's so respectful, and no jokers on the first lap of the race here, Justin. Pretty interesting to see. Crosgrove and Dubois had a 0.4 of a second reaction time. Wetz had 5.5 tenths, so that kind of resulted in the equal start. Down to turn 5. Everyone, obviously lap 1 at Heat 1. You don't want to be too aggressive, but nobody hit the curb there, and it's so hard, like I mentioned, to get right. Down turn 6, blind corner, bump on the exit if you get too far off, and turn 7 to end the first lap. Cody Crosgrove leads. Chris Wetz, Dubois, Sowers, and Rakowski the running order.
Oh, I'm still blown away that no one took the Joker on the first lap. It is allowed. We wanted the drivers to be safe about it. No inside drivers
Dubois
going
jokers.
to the out. Here we go. Bit of a strategy folding
Sowers
out.
jokers.
The Joker exit is quite a bit different too, because you get quite a bit of a run on that turn. What is it? Turn 2, Josh?
Yes.
Yeah, turn 2. So your braking point is much earlier, not only because you're coming at it faster, but you're braking a lot more in the dirt. So very tricky for drivers when you're hitting it. It needs to be practiced a lot here to get very consistent, Josh.
Final corner for Crosgrove to end the second lap, already halfway in heat number 1. 37.285 for the Canadian. He takes to the Joker. Will Wetz Joker? No, he takes the regular course. Rakowski yet to Joker, I do believe. And Crosgrove, did he have an issue? He did. He cut the track in the 18. That had to have been a slowdown. This could be huge. He's behind Rakowski now. I don't think Rakowski has jokered yet. She has not in the 999. Crosgrove dives in contact, and around he goes. He saves it, especially with his teammate Dubois in the way. But Justin, this is putting the pole position on a platter for Chris Wetz here.
Oh, is he ever? And there comes the battle now, and this is where it gets tricky. We've got a couple laps left. Still a couple drivers without a strategy made. There's going to be a bit of traffic, possibly.
3.3 seconds. Rakowski She probably got confused on the laps. She has parked it in the 999.
Oh no, who knows?
She did that last year with some technical problems with the 999 last season, and had some bad luck in Knockhill, but it looks like, I don't know, she's still on track, so I think that has to be a technical failure for the 999. We're going to take the white flag for Chris Wetz. Gap is 3 seconds. I don't think he's got the Delta, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh,
Jokering is Wetz.
Here we go.
First corner is Crosgrove. Wetz is going to have the run. Will they come together on the Joker merge? Crosgrove takes the spot. Wetz looking. Car length between them into turn 3. Down the hill, through 4, through 5. Perfect execution for this corner. Will make or break your heat race. Crosgrove goes wide. Wetz does as well. They both miss the curb. And while Wetz is transferring tentatively, I can't help but think that be a little bit more aggressive on that Joker merge. We got 1 corner left. Will Crosgrove get 2 pole positions in a row? Final corner, the Canadian does it ahead of Chris Wetz as they transfer. Best of the rest, Dubois, Sowers, and Rakowski.
Fantastic little race there. And that one shook down and had a little bit of drama, it seemed, for a second. And that's what you expect here at a track like hell. I want to see some first lap jokers here. I want to see those guys on the outside take advantage of the advantage they have and take that first lap joker. I think it's an advantage that everyone should take if you have the opportunity, Josh. So let's see what we got here.
Grid for Heat 2, Matthew Lindy, Cody Wienecke, Jake Robichaud, Ed Boyles, and Olivier Rateau. And Justin, I'll tell you on air, you are more than welcome to speak the grid when it pops up internally here. You don't have to wait for me as we get ready for the second heat race here in Norway.
Maybe I'll give it a shot sometime.
Green flag. What a start from Wienecke compared to Robichaud and Lindy. Half a car length is the difference between them going into turn 1. Robichaud jokers, Rateau jokers. And Boyles follows. Lindy looks, driver's right, not a passing spot. Down to turn 3, gives him a nudge. In the 3 to the 9. Down the hill, turn 4, turn 5. Will we see multiple lines? Lindy's all over the track. No way he's going to make this apex. He does! Almost. Better than Wienecke did, and he was sideways way before corner entry as Boyles in 3rd, Robichaud and Rateau in the back of the field. Lindy so much quicker than Wienecke, it looks like, as we round the final corner, Justin.
Yeah, he's just he's pushing really hard in the apex of those corners, just getting him on exit, and he's really just trying to find a place to get by, and they might have to do it on strategy, and they go at the same time.
Joker, Lindy. Nope, that's it.
Oh, no, and that's a huge slowdown right there, Josh. That's got to be a couple seconds.
And Justin, we were both surprised as to why you would follow on the first time of asking, second time of asking. You've got the time, and especially with the pace from that half a lap, it looked like. Not a good move for Matthew Lindy, especially with that slowdown now. He's going to have to fight and try and catch up to Ed Boyles here.
Yeah, and not a good move is right, but this track, it's a little bit tough to decipher the way someone can approach that like they're going in and totally go right down into turn 1. So very, very tricky spot to make that decision on the fly, especially when you're just a couple tenths behind like that.
Boyles jokers in the 38, exiting the joker for Warrior Racing. Jake Robichaud takes the spot, and Boyles pips Lindy.
Ooh,
this will be spicy for the transfer spot here. We've got two and a half laps, and Lindy, of course, has pace over Boyles. He is sliding as he hits the bumps in turn 4.
Wow. So wide. Oh, so wide, and loving this right here for Dad. If he can pull this down, Jake Robichaud in 2nd place.
I won't insult you for being biased because I encourage it.
No,
especially with the family connection. We take
this is fun. I can't not be excited for Dad here on this one.
As into turn 1, I might have miscalculated that. I forgot he jokered on the first lap of the race.
He did. He got that advantage. Like I said, I wanted to see someone come out, and almost as if he heard me. I swear to God, I didn't jump down there and tell him, but he's keeping control of it. Gives up the inside.
Run off the corner. Boyles gets hit by Lindy. If these two squabble, this is what Robichaud needs to make this feature. We've still got a lap and a quarter left. Wienecke by himself in the 9 up front.
It's a 3-way battle, though, Josh. There's still a ton of defensive driving that needs to happen here in this last lap to make this happen.
You're right on board the 38 of Ed Boyles, sitting in 3rd, going for a transfer spot.
Deep in there.
Closes the door. Nearly contact between them. You can tell he's
running the curbs.
Lindy, I think, got a track cut in car number 3.
None of them did. They're both clean through there. Oh, boy, this is spicy. They're holding it hard. All these drivers.
5 They've got to make something happen. Lindy deep with 3 wide in turn 5 for a heat race. They're side by side. I'll let you take this, Justin.
Here we go. Great turn by Jake Robichaud. He comes down in, and we've got Lindy on the outside. He comes in. Does a switcheroo. Comes in, but he's putting himself in a bad position here. Gets by anyways. We missed that in the camera change. Did Ed Boyles, did he give that up?
He
must have checked up to maybe come out of an incident. We missed it there.
Winecki wins, and Jake Robichaud transfers to the feature as Lindy Boyles and Rateau best of the rest.
Way to
Grid
go.
for heat number 3, and I'll tell you what, this five lap thing has changed things for the good, for the better. Erdmann, Grove, Darnell, Duthwaite, Borschinger as we get ready for heat 3.
Oh, I think you're right. Much spicier. Drivers are driving a lot more urgency as we go here for heat 3.
Green flag off the line. What a start for Duthwaite in the 155. He had nowhere to go. Who will joker on the first time of asking? Borschinger, very slow though. We're side by side, Erdmann and Grove. Grove, former sportsman champion. It's passed by Erdmann, former series champion. Duthwaite in the 155, wide in the corner, couldn't take the spot. Down the hill for the first time, Cody Erdmann, champion of the series, 2016A, 2017A, back in the supercars division. Matty Grove, the sportsman champion from a couple seasons ago. As rounding turn 6, rounding turn 7 to end the first lap. Erdmann, Grove, Duthwaite, Darnell, and Borschinger are field. Who will joker on the second time of asking? Nobody does. Grove wide in turn 1.
Interesting, so interesting. And Bryan, sorry if I'm a little distracted. Got Bryan in my ear. He's looking for race results. I'm slacking on my job here, but just Cody Erdmann running away with this, and Matty Gross on the outside looking in, but still in a transfer spot. Who do we have here? Nobody's joker. I still can't get over no one's jokered yet, except for Borschinger. He's gotten that one out of the way, but wow, we need more first lap jokers.
Borschinger just made the move.
Oh, Matty goes off the track a bit.
Grove off the track in front of Duthwaite. Erdmann still leads. One car off the track. I looked like it was Borschinger in the 191. Matty Grove, defending sportsman champion, remember, in the 472. He jokers along with Duthwaite. They come out in front of Darnell in the 029. And Erdmann, former champion of the series, like we mentioned, 16A, 17A, 18 wins. 4th on the wins list is the man from Wisconsin. You'll be biased for your father. I got to be biased for my good buddy Cody. Hopefully we see some good luck along with Chris Wetz here, two pioneers of the series.
No, we have to be biased for Cody. We have to be biased for Cody as a NASA fan base. Cody's been here since the beginning, like you said. He's a pioneer and around a long time.
Jokering in the 52.
Here he goes.
Utilizing that berm. I like that line. Completely track limits. We're all good. He comes out in front of Grove. Easy.
Big time. And you say you like that line. I personally never liked that line, and that was something that me and Sabian kind of disagreed with on this track, and he loved it. I couldn't just handle it. I found it a bit too unpredictable for me. I preferred a bit more inside a traditional approach, I suppose. But either way, it works. It's fast here. It's a reverse entry regardless. It's super fun though. No matter how you rip it.
Depending on how you hit it, we take the white flag for Erdmann. Depending on how you hit that corner, you hit that berm, and it absorbs your momentum, I guess you can say.
Yeah, you really have to do it perfect.
As Erdmann leads, Grove second, and Brian Sawyer just pointed out in our ears, we are about to have Cody's win all 3 heat races so far.
Oh boy, that's so interesting.
As Cross, a lot of Cody's Winecki, and Erdmann.
Wowee, that's cool.
But Cody Erdmann, pioneer of the series, he's been here since July of 2012. He rounds the final corner, and he will win heat number 3 here in Norway. Matty Grove transfers, as best of the rest is Duthwaite, Darnell, and Borschinger.
And there he goes, right for the post for his celebratory donuts. As we move our way into the LCQs here, so we're going to see what the rest of the field shakes out for us. Looks like we're going to have about 4 in each. I think if my math's right. Yeah, here we go. We got Eric Dubois, David Duthwaite, Ed Boyles Jr., and Jess Rakowski here for LCQ number 1. This is our first one, Josh. We've got 2. Looks like 2 drivers from each are going to move on. We're going to have a 10-car feature right tonight. So,
let me take this start, and I've realized, in a good way, we've messed up the format. But I'll tell you that I like the mess up. We get ready for the first semifinal. 5 laps, joker once. The top 2 transfer through. Green flag. Even start for the top three. Boyles on the outside, Dewthwaite in the middle. On the inside, Dubois. Who will joker on the first opportunity? The Warrior Racing teammates will, and so does Rakowski. The lack of strategy here might hurt them, as it looks like it might be a battle for the transfer spot. Dubois leads, and I like the fact that we don't have 3-car heat races, and I'll say openly, let's just set the grid for heat races to be 5 maximum, let the sim handle it, and that way we'll have 2 cars transfer out of this race. As I think with 4 heat races and a couple of 3, it would not have been as entertaining as we had this evening.
Yeah,
so
it looks like I think we might. The way it looked like it was going to shake out, I think it was going to have 5 in one of these races, Josh. So the way it looked like, it didn't make sense to have 9 in one race and a few go. We let it go with 2. It was kind of weird how it shook out, but
as we had 5, 5, and 4. 5, 5, and 5 instead of what should have been, I think, 4, 4, 4, and 3. But like I said, no worries.
Right.
As we take a look at the battle for the transfer. Sorry to blab your ears off about internal format problems, but for once, it was a mistake that's all good. Into the wall goes Dewthwaite in the 155. Boyles in the 38, Rakowski in the 999. And this, I like this format because this gives that second place guy something to race for. Because when you have 4 heat races and you don't make it in, it gets spread out like this. You've got one guy ahead, and then the other guys are like, well, why am I even here? And this is going to give Boyles and Dewthwaite and Rakowski. This is a great battle. We've got 3 laps to go here.
Yeah, and just holding on here, and it really just boils down to a mistake, which is bound to happen in this corner here. This is the most inconsistent corner of most drivers, Josh. We're going to see, give up some inside lines.
Very wide.
Oh, there was an attempt there, but
and this is it was brought up by director Bryan Sawyer. Dubois is going to joker. He's going to be put right into this. So who knows who's going to transfer through from this semifinal? But I'll tell you what, and I promise it's not because I'm biased because it's my car, because I'm not. Dubois jokers. Rakowski made a terrible judgment call by jokering on the first lap and getting stuck behind the Warrior teammates. Dubois comes out in front of this battle.
Wow. Very well
I think
done.
Rakowski should have spent another lap battling Dubois because she's stuck behind these two.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I mean. Like this, well, we have all 3 of those guys, like 3 of them first lap jokered. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting strategies all around, I think.
Turn 6, turn 7. Rounding the final corner to begin the final lap. Eric Dubois leads ahead of David Dewthwaite and Ed Boyles. Boyles, bumpy line into Rakowski in the 999.
Just on the brakes. There's a bit of bumps there. You got to jump. Oh, yeah, he's on the radio now saying he got bumpy and lost it.
And I experimented with that line thinking you could keep all 4 tires to the right of the jump, but then you hit that bump. So you either have to hit the bump or hit the jump. There's no way that you could be clean and spend the most time on the asphalt. Eric Dubois rounding the final corner. He will win semifinal A this evening in Norway as David Dewthwaite will transfer through. As best of the rest will be Boyles and Rakowski.
Yeah, we're going to have another one of these. Again, by mistake.
As I'll tell you, the semi-final order, I believe, is, I don't know. We're figuring it out as we go still. But let's take a look at the grid for the second semi-final. Lindy, Sowers, Darnell, Rateau, and Borschinger. This is going to be a good one. I think Lindy's going to be out and away from the rest of the field, but it'll be a battle for the transfer here.
Here's the 5 that we had, but yeah.
Getting ready. 5 laps. Joker once. Green flag. Off the line. Lindy on compared to the rest of the field. Will he joker on the first opportunity? He doesn't. Darnell does. Borschinger does. So does Rateau. A late decision for the 63. Sowers follows Lindy through turn 2, down to turn 3. So tricky to get the braking right on that dirt. So tempting to just slam the brakes and you're just going to lock him up. Down to turn 5. Lindy, Sowers, Darnell, Borschinger, Rateau. Up the hill to 6, Justin.
And if Darnell can play catch up to Sowers and Lindy here, in a really good spot, because like I said, took that advantage on the first lap with the Joker and gets it out of the way. So now just play a little bit of catch up, try and reel them in, see if maybe these 2 don't go into the Joker. Well, actually, look at that gap starting to spread out quite a bit. Lindy's starting to roll away with it. As Sowers jumps into the Joker.
Sowers jokers. He will come out behind Darnell in the 029, but ahead of Borschinger.
So here we go. If Darnell, like I said, can keep his head down and make a run on Lindy could just lose it on the Joker here. So just put those glasses on and go for a Sunday cruise, Josh, and you got this. You're sitting pretty anyways, so.
As Delta, the gap is about 4 seconds from Lindy to Darnell, 3.5. As we end the second lap to begin lap number 3. Darnell, Sawyer, Borschinger, and Rateau. Lindy fastest lap, 38.103. 37.7 for Darnell, Justin.
Wow, here we go.
Kidding. Keep your head down.
Do it. Clean air. Nothing but a race to transfer to anyways, and could just pull out a win if you put in the work here. Look at that nice line. It's a nice and tight.
Sawyer's very
smooth.
wide in the 365. Into the wall goes the man from Illinois. And Darnell in the 029 still holds the spot. We take 2 laps to go for Matthew Lindy in car number 3. The Filipino in car number 3. And Darnell in the 029 from Maryland. Lindy Jokers comes out, holds the spot over Darnell in the 029. As I'll say it publicly, when the OSS Racing Division expanded teams, I labeled them as Patrol Charlie. So if that's completely wrong, please let me know. But,
no. Lindy's still on his own thing with KES. We didn't want to dip into contenders just yet. We'll maybe reconvene. We'll see how our first run goes, and then we'll go from there. But
noted,
so far, so good.
And it has changed. I want to tell you of a battle for the 4th spot. Solomon Borschinger and Olivier Rateau. We take the white flag for Lindy and Darnell. No change there. These two, I saw the battle going up to turn 6, and they are battling for last. Josh, why the hell are you focusing on last? Because every battle in NASA Sim Racing matters. Looks like it's stretched out a little bit, but those guys equal on lap times the last time around. Actually, Rateau was 0.03 of a second faster than Borschinger in the 191. Darnell getting close for the race lead, but Justin, I don't think he's going to have enough time. Penultimate corner for Lindy. Darnell into the wall in the 029.
Oh,
he's going to recover.
Righted, though. Yeah,
Lindy will win the semifinal. Our 10th and final seed will be Josh Darnell. As best of the rest, Sawyer, Rateau, and Borschinger.
Excellent little race there again, Josh. Just a fantastic run at the end for Josh. Had it in his sights, but fantastic drive all around for both of those drivers. Well-deserved transfers.
As the grid is set for the contenders feature, we're going to step aside and be back shortly.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Romain Rateau has led all evening long. long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with 0 practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. Mertz deep on the brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau. Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
Over the jump to begin the first lap, clogging the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Ragster acing the entry to turn 1, up Eddie to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. Grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Ronnie's going to hold his spot. We welcome you back to the third round of NASA Rallycross Contenders here in Norway with Bryan Sawyer in the production truck and 2022A Sportsman Champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Just a reminder, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problems, our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Our coverage on ASN also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Cameras provided by TrackCams22.com, and intro music produced by our very own Alex Abetti. We've got about probably 15 seconds until everyone starts to grid, so give me a quick prediction, Justin.
Hey, I think it's gonna be Cody Cosgrove, but I really think Wieniecki's gonna give him a really good run, and Cody's gonna the other Cody Erdmann's gonna be there too. So I just basically called out the top 3, didn't I? Look at that. So
Cosgrove, yeah. Wieniecki, Erdmann, Wetz, Robichaud, Grove, Dubois, Lindy, Duthwaite, Darnell. 10 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers, and we still got a full other race after this one. Thanks for joining us on ASN. We get ready in Norway.
Cody's got that.
Jump
it's a bit of a jump!
Was it a jump start for Wetz that I caught? Green flag, 4 wide off the line. Cosgrove leads Wieniecki, leads Erdmann down to the first corner. Who's going to joker? Darnell shoots the middle as Erdmann jokers 2 of the Slapex cars along with Darnell. Robichaud gets turned off of Darnell in the joker. Duthwaite makes contact with Darnell as well. Darnell ping-ponging back and forth. Cosgrove, Wieniecki, Lynn the top 3. Dubois 4th. Erdmann first of the Joker Brigade in 5th. Down to turn 5 for the first time. Lindy track cut in the 3. He stops. He's going to come out in front of Erdmann, but that's going to kill his race.
Oh,
super
time.
Early on.
Big time.
Wieniecki around nearly on Cosgrove. You have to imagine you have to make something happen this early if you're Wieniecki, as Cosgrove leads at the end of the first lap.
Yeah, and he's just driving away with it, Josh. And offside of a joker again here. A little bit of a train from the top few.
Dubois, Erdmann
just
jokers
go and finish?
complete his strategy.
Completed. And you know what? He comes out in no traffic. Really smart move. Smart move.
I'll tell you what, everybody roasts me for jokering early sometimes, but that's the experience, and that's why you joker. You hope that it works out this way. Cody did this for years. Joker early, you get the clear track, and you can pass everyone, whether it's on the road or through the strategy. So Erdmann looking good in the 52. Cosgrove leads, let's call it by 2 seconds, over Wieniecki in the 9. Dubois in the 034 on a podium tentatively for the man from Maine. Wieniecki jokers in car number 9.
There he goes.
Grove jokers in the 472.
Comes out behind Eric Dubois here.
As Grove got hung up on the berm, he's going to get passed by Erdmann on this Joker rotation, so Grove's strategy's done. Put him behind the 52. Winecki's got one left. Dubois hasn't taken any, nor has Crosgrove. We have a cluster behind Wetz, Darnell, Dewthwaite, Lindy, and Robichaud here, Justin.
Wow, this is not a fun track to be clustered up like this. And Josh, you got
Wetz
this
makes
down
contact
right there
with
for that reason alone. Lots of slow corners. A few of them where you're really riding the limit of the car and getting close to somebody and getting bumped is catastrophic. And here we go. This little train here.
Crosgrove Jokers, Dubois Jokers. Winecki will pass Dubois on the Joker rotation, so put the 9 back to second. Erdmann already closed up on Dubois after one Joker for the man from Maine. They are still battling for the 6th spot. And remember, the top 3 transfer out. We're looking at Crosgrove, Winecki, and Erdmann. If it ends right now, Erdmann misses the curb and into the wall in the 52.
Oh, boy.
We still have this battle that I don't want to leave alone. So if you can take a look on your monitor, just keep an eye on the race leaders because Wetz, Darnell, Lindy, all under a blanket here.
Really, there's
Lindy takes the spot on Darnell, argy-bargy in the final corner.
Oh, boy, just pushing and shoving.
It's Crosgrove Jokers. We have a battle for the lead.
Oh.
After one Joker rotation, Crosgrove... Winecki, had it and couldn't get it done. Into turn 5. Sorry, give me a minute while we battle here. Erdmann looks to the inside on Dubois.
Both of these drivers with one Joker left. Aaron Dubois clinging on as well.
Up the hill, Erdmann battling Dubois. Contact between them, but it helps as Lindy disconnects. The 3 out.
Oh, Cody Winecki's loving the battle behind him. He has to be. This is so beneficial for him if he wants to make a run for that podium.
As Dubois will Joker to complete his strategy, and this has helped Grove, his teammate. Maybe it was team orders jokingly or not, but Dubois battling Erdmann puts Grove into this position to potentially get this transfer.
This is fantastic for Crosgrove because now Winecki's out in traffic.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Oh, he shouldn't have jokered there, Josh. He should have waited a little bit more.
He's behind them.
And they're battling.
Joker.
And they're battling for this position here, so you don't want to be behind these two people when you're trying to chase down the lead.
Hold on. Okay, so Crosgrove's strategy's done. He's out. He's out in the lead. Yeah. Erdmann, Grove, Winecki. Winecki is out potentially. This is huge.
That's big time huge.
Crosgrove took it on lap number 5. We must have missed it, so apologies there. What happened to Winecki to take him out of a transfer spot to get to the supercar race?
It must have been in that tangle in that corner when he made the pass. Gave up a ton of time, but Cody seemingly takes a second Joker and doesn't shave a second. We didn't even realize it. Wow.
Crosgrove, 3 laps to go in the 18. Erdmann in second in the 52. Grove in third in the 472. Winecki in 4th. Dubois 5th. We still have a couple laps left to go. The battles pretty much have simmered out. I cannot get over how it looked like Winecki was good for a second spot, and now he's out. And I say this not because I made the concept, right? I was thinking, like, this concept's going to be stupid. This isn't going to be fun. But the fact that the top 3 transfer through to the supercar race, it adds that extra layer of strategy.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm going back just quickly to see if I can find out what happened with Cody and where he lost a bunch of time, but I don't see it unless he got...
And you could even bring it side by side if you'd like. Of course, we have that coverage for the sports car.
I'm flinging it around like a crazy madman right now, trying to see. I don't really see anywhere he lost a ton of time.
He might have just been down on pace.
He slowed down like he had a slowdown, but there was nowhere I saw where he could have gone off track. So, not too sure what happened there on.
Wow. Cody. So, of course, a lap and a quarter left to go. Crosgrove looking good. Wetz has gotten passed by Darnell. What a run for Josh Darnell in the 0.29. Showed very good pace in his heat race. And very good pace here. Crosgrove takes the white flag here in Norway.
Absolutely.
Erdmann in second.
And Josh needs to just tidy up the tiny little mistakes I'm seeing, just the tapping on the walls, and he's poised to go after a podium position for sure.
As final time into turn 5, and you know what we haven't talked about all evening is the fact that history is about to be broken. Yes, it's the 2nd division in NASA Rallycross. Doesn't matter to me because for 11 years, no one got the first 3 rounds of the championship. That record breaks tonight. Cody Crosgrove does it in Norway ahead of Cody Erdmann, and Matty Grove on the podium transfers up, and it's appropriate that Erdmann on the podium on a record-breaking night. Winnecki, best of the rest. Dubois, 5th. Darnell. Dewthwaite got by Wetz, who had some contact. Robichaud and Lindy, the remaining running order.
What a great little race. Wow, all the drivers trying to get their fair share of donuts in. Everybody feeling very confident and very good out there tonight. So that's always good to see.
As we're going to do interviews in a little bit backwards way, I'm going to ask you on the air, do we have to go down for the drivers' meeting for supercars, or no, you changed that?
Nah, we changed that. I
Okay.
just uploaded a document and told people to have at her. So session goes up in 5 minutes as far as I'm concerned, and we're gonna roll with that. We'll do a quick attendance check, and then that's it.
So we are going to do interviews a little bit differently tonight, Justin. I'm going to handle second place, Cody Erdmann. You'll get Grove and Crosgrove. Matty Grove, Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Matty Grove.
Ooh, baby!
You seem to sneak your way in there. Talk me through that race. There was a bit of beating and banging a bit, and you found yourself in a third place position. Walk me through it.
Well, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I seen who all was around me and what was going down going into the first turn. I could not have had better placement for that start to be able to run that first Joker lap. I wish I would have banged my second Joker lap out lap 2, to be 100% honest, but everything went well for me. This is, to be honest with you, my least favorite track. You guys are well aware of that in the leadership tent, as much as I whine about it. But yeah, dude, I'm pumped. This field out here, to break up the quote unquote Codium that almost happened. I'm happy to bring her home in third place. Super proud of my team. You guys killed it tonight. We put all 4 cars in the feature. First time Slapex Racing's ever done that. Congrats, Jake. Congrats, Eric. Cody, as always, your speed blows my mind, but I'm glad to be able to race with you and learn from you.
It's Crosgrove doing donuts. I have one quick thing. Sorry to interrupt you. I want to bring it to your attention, since you're all about your team, which I love. Cody Crosgrove broke 11-year-long history tonight. I just want to bring that up. So sorry, Justin, continue.
Oh no, but honestly, Matt just kind of went and took every one of my next questions and answered them all in one big swing. So amazing, Matty.
Just real quick, I also want to thank my wife and kids for letting me put time in the sim rig. Our good Lord above for giving me air this morning to let me get down here in the sim rig. And the ASN, you guys are amazing. We couldn't do this without you. The NASA leadership tent, everybody around here, just the whole crew that runs everything. My competitors, I got to thank all you two because you make me sweat in this VR headset every week after week. We love it, man. Thank you, www.nasasimracing.com. Get off the couch, get in the sim rig, and get out here and get you some in these live streams instead of watching them.
Yeah, the always colorful Matty Grove, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Fantastic job tonight, and we're gonna see you in the next race. So you hop down there, and we'll get you going again, pal.
Sounds good, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
So the first question's not about you, Mr. Cody Erdmann. It is the fact that you witnessed history as the second guy behind Cody Crosgrove. So I guess from a league standpoint, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild that we've had that record going on for 11 years now. So congratulations on Crosgrove there and taking it. And he was super fast. No one could really touch him. I could run about the same lap times as him there at the end, but it just kind of how traffic fell. And unfortunately, he had a couple more teammates to kind of hold me up just a hair. So, but that's the nature of the game, as we both know.
As now that I got that one out of the way, talk me through your race. Otherwise, I mean, it was you looked good, obviously, in the heat race, and then either stuck behind Crosgrove or matching his lap time. Walk me through it.
Yeah, starting off on the left side kind of boxes you into having the first Joker. So then, kind of. I went back to what we used to do in NR, at least what my strategy always was with
Joker early. Yep, I brought it up.
Yeah, Joker early, especially on the longer circuits. Yep. This way it backs you up, and then I can just get in a rhythm on the regular circuit, and my lap times came down once I especially got into clean track. I could just kind of run and just let everyone Joker. Dubois there that was the only one that the only traffic I really had to deal with. Other than that, I just kind of ran my own race. So, yeah, super happy for the Firelight Esports car. So now we'll go on to the supercar portion.
I was just about to ask you, who would you like to thank for your result this evening, Cody?
First off, I'd like to thank my wife. She's amazing. And then Firelight Esports, IMB, Racewear, Premier Race Setups, and everyone at Firelight Esports has been a new adventure for me. Enjoying it so far, and happy to get them in 2 podiums so far. So see if we can keep it rolling tonight.
All right, my friend. Good run, and have fun in the supercar race.
Oh, absolutely. Well, hopefully we don't have fireworks like we did the last time I ran here.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. Cody Crosgrove, Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Cody. Look, you just drove away with it tonight. You were ahead of everybody everywhere, it seemed. Walk me through that.
Well, I know I really struggle at this track. So
didn't look like it.
I did a lot of practice during the week as much as I could because I knew I struggled a lot. And I know Josh said something about the first 3 wins in a row for NASA history. So I was kind of aiming for that. So, and I fucking pulled it off.
Hey, there's the PG rating right there.
Sorry,
Great, great job, Cody. Awesome run. I mean, the practice absolutely showed tonight. You looked flawless. One of the other Codys, Vignecki, looked like he was giving you a little bit of a run for a moment, but other than that, just real cool out there. I assume you're ready for the next race, Cody.
Yes, sir.
What's going through your head there?
I know I'm gonna probably struggle with these guys because these guys know what they're doing with that final, like that corner going down that dirt corner, that banking. I struggle with that one a lot, so I know I'm gonna struggle with these guys because these guys know exactly when to hit it, what speed.
They definitely do, and it's gonna be fun to watch, and I'm excited to see you out there again and see if we can see some wicked pass moves. Can you give us another pass of the century again tonight?
I'll do my best.
Let's not try and force it though. This is one of those tracks where it can get a little messy. But, excellent, Cody. So you hop down there. We'll get you. We'll see you in the next race, pal. Great job.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Cody. So we've got all of our drivers are basically just ready to jump into the session. So we'll get them in there.
We're gonna take a look at the official results, just confirmation, because I think the session is set for 50. So let's go over points actually. After the Norwegian round of NASA Rallycross Contenders, Cody Crosgrove with 82 points over Cody Winicki, 59. Not only is that result going to hurt him here, it's going to hurt him in the Sportsman Cup in Supercars. Matty Grove in third, Lindy Wetz tied on 47. Erdmann, after missing Scotland, sits sixth in points. Words are hard with 42. Eric Dubois, Jess Rakowski, Josh Darnell, and Jake Robichaud rounding out the top 10. The team's championship, Slapex Subaru 121, Slapex Ford 82, JC Simsport Jr. with 63 after both of the cars missed the feature this evening. Team Watson Racing with 59. KES and Underfunder are tied on 47. TWR with 36. They were supposed to have 2 cars, but Ryan Ferraro has not made a race yet this season. Squadra Stunzede with 26. And actually, I know how to do math because Firelight Esports behind KES for 6th in the championship or 7th in the championship. So just a couple more cars down that order. And unofficial manufacturer points, Subaru's still leading over Ford and Volkswagen. So we're going to step away for just a couple moments. The supercar race is next. Stick around.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with zero practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. Mertz deep on the brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau. absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap. Clog is the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one. Up Eddie to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like he's going to spot.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We welcome you back to the NASA Rallycross Challenge here in Norway with Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz. Apologies for the slightly long ad break. Justin Robichaud messed up the session. I'm going to blame it on iRacing, not Justin Robichaud. So
this one was iRacing, I promise.
11 cars. So the different Rallycross and heat racing, and we have to do 2 sessions, and it's wild. It's much harder behind the scenes than you think. So we've got 11 cars. We're going to have 3 heat races. The top 2 transfer out of each of those heat races. That gives us 6 that transfer through. We'll have 1 semifinal where 2 will transfer. It's an 8-car feature this evening. And remember, in NASA Rallycross, whether it's lights, contenders, or supercars, we have 2 jokers. Just a couple programming notes before we get started. For the second round of the evening, we do have round 4 of NASA Rallycross lights from the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya in Spain. That is Sunday, October 29th. You'll have Victor Valley, Jared Lott, James Watson, and maybe Cody Erdmann. I know he had some prior commitments yesterday. Great race yesterday between myself and Bryan Sawyer as Josh Clog set sail. Speaking of Clog, there's no Clog tonight, I just noticed. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh,
round
boy.
4 next week of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Supercars and Contenders. That'll be in Barcelona as well on the 30th. You'll have myself, Justin Robichaud, and Bryan Sawyer for that one. Lights coverage is 9 p.m. Eastern on ASN Live. Contenders and Supercars begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on ASN Live. And the penultimate round of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge at Okayama in Japan, Thursday, November 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern on ASN Live. Bryan Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, and myself, Josh Mertz, for that one. Let's take a look at points coming into the Norwegian Grand Prix. So, Evan McFarlane on top of the championship with 56 points over Josh Klog, who's not here, with 35. And then Cody Crosgrove, who is leading contenders, leading sportsman. He's going to end up second in points in the supercar class as we begin qualifying. Magnus Okenhaug fourth, Alex Zabetti in fifth. Martel disqualified after Brands Hatch. Big news coming in there. And that's the second season in a row that the French Canadian has been disqualified. He was disqualified from lights last season, I do believe. There after taking 2 jokers, and disqualified for track limits violations last week. McKenna, Ament, Loril, Palacio, the rest of the top 10. The Constructors Championship, OSS, Patrol Alpha 73, JC Simsport 41. No Pudgy, so you have to go down to Slapex Subaru with Crosgrove by himself with 31 points. And Justin, we're beginning qualifying. Evans quick, McFarlane's quick. No Clog, as I just realized. So this... Bryan talked off monitor, off air last week that it's McFarlane's championship. So what are your thoughts on that one? Unless you're muted and I'm handling it all by myself right now.
No, I'm totally muted. Thanks, Josh. No, yeah, I don't think it's totally locked up for Martel by any means. I think Evan's going to be the one to watch this whole season, but Josh Klog is definitely a guy that's going to steal a lot of points from a lot of people every week, Josh. So not having him here is huge, and is going to give a big advantage to someone somewhere. Josh Klog, one of those drivers, obviously. He's a dad. He's got a kid, so reliability not perfect for him. But hey, you know what? Life's first, man. Over video game racing. Let's be honest. But yeah, sad to see him not here.
So qualifying begins. Martel's the first car on a lap. Then it's Grove and Lurel. This track is unique because the grid is right next to start finish.
Am I in the right session?
Yep.
The grid. Sorry, they were talking on driver chat and it got just distracted me. So this is unique because of the way the grid is. You have a full warm-up lap before you begin your qualifying run. I'll tell you that I skipped a qualifying lap because I thought that I ran the 3rd lap last night. So it's possible. As Martel crosses the line in car number 1, 36.6. So the first lap times begin. Grove crosses the line, 38.8. Betty's not on the lap. Magnus crosses the line, 37.4. McFarlane spun on his first qualifying lap.
That went right around there in the bottom hairpin. That's so easy to do, Josh. And that's going to be the talking point of the evening, I think, because a lot of those drivers in the last race and contenders are going to hit this portion here that we were just watching, Francois, and we're going to watch... who we on now here?
Magnus in the 26 on monitor.
And Magnus, another driver to watch out for here. This is his home track. He lives like 45 minutes from here and comes here to see events often. So a driver that's been here, knows the track very, very well, and he's a good driver as well. So another one to keep a little bit of a peek on. He'll sneak his way into a podium, awful cheeky. So
Magnus Okenhaug, former winner of the Norwegian Grand Prix. He did it in 2020A. We do have Francois Martel, who won it in 2023A. So a couple seasons ago. Luke Krause, twice a winner. Connor Parisi once. Bo Albert once. Jake Robertson once. So many different names on the list. If you'd like to join us, www.nasasimracing.com for all the details there. And be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network for all of our content. Ending his qualifying run, the French-Canadian defending champion Francois Martel, car number 1. 42nd lap last time. 36.6 equals his last lap. Ragster, 37.1. Grove completed his run. So did Magnus. No movement. Where is McFarlane in this scenario? Crosgrove crosses the line. Betty second. 36.859 for the tie driver. Peterson crosses the line. 38.2. Curtly beginning his qualifying run. He's not going to have enough time, I don't think. And Martel, or where's McFarlane? Well, I pick up McFarlane on monitor on his second lap, Justin, and you have to ace that curb.
Oh boy, did he ever!
Hard to do.
That's what he was trying to do in that first lap, Josh, and just spun it right around. That's the issue. Your car, especially these long wheelbase Subarus that have a bit of an advantage there, they almost turn into a spin top up there on those high white and red curbs, Josh, and it's so bumpy.
36.7.
Oh boy.
McFarlane, third quickest. Betty, 36.7. They ran nearly identical lap times. They've got one lap left to try and pip Francois here.
Wow, and Francois is just on a mission tonight. He's definitely not happy about the off-track violations. He's definitely can't be happy with himself as the reigning champion. So on a mission tonight to come out and win and seal the deal.
McFarlane over-rotates in turn 6. I'm taking a look at him on monitor. He is trying to get this pole position. So hard crossing the line.
So hard.
37-2. Betty crosses the line. 36-8. He pips McFarlane. But it looks like it is a Francois Martel pole position, and that is not what I expected. We still have Kirtley running his lap, so let's not get too excited. As actually qualifying's over. Pole position for Francois Martel.
Oh my goodness. And look at that, the team taking up the top 3, but Evan McFarlane sitting in 3rd. Interesting place.
Martel, Okenhaug, Erdmann, and Peterson are grid for the first heat race this evening here in Norway. And that is not what I expected out of this qualifying session. No disrespect to the rest of our team and rest of our drivers, anybody, but McFarlane made that mistake on that curb, and I'll take it from me. Last night, it's so hard. You're either ripping the left rear on that curb, and you're either succeeding, you're going too far driver's right, which is a track cut, or you're spinning the car. And it's so hard to get it right.
It is, and like the only way to get any
Hold
time,
that thought.
Yeah,
we're going to start in heat number 1. Martel, Okenhaug, Erdmann, Peterson. Green flag off the line. Martel blitzes Okenhaug, who nearly has Peterson. He comes across, no contact. Down to the first corner. Erdmann, second place in contenders earlier, takes the Joker. We know his strategy is unraveled already. Martel leads Okenhaug. Okenhaug gives him a nudge. Former race winner. The 2 in the front here are former race winners here in Norway. We talked about it. And down to turn 5. Okenhaug has thousands of laps here at this track. I asked him before the season when I signed him to my team, how many laps you got at this track? He said across all the different games, it is over several thousand here for the Norwegian. And at the end of the first lap, trying to take the spot from Francois Martel. Expect a Joker rotation from these top 2. There's no way they'll follow each other.
Oh, no way. They have to get out of the way. One of them for sure needs to know that there's time to be gained, and they... Oh, I think Magnus made a small hesitation towards going, but way too late. Yeah, Magnus needs to get out of the way. He needs to just get...
He's going to hemorrhage time if he doesn't Joker immediately right here.
100%, especially if Martel doesn't. And that's the issue here, because if Martel does Joker, that puts Magnus in a bad spot. Really, really bad spot. Especially this close behind, because he needs to be committed in not Jokering if Martel does.
Heat races are 5 laps. We saw earlier on, it proved hectic. Will we see a Joker rotation?
No, but Magnus deep on the brakes.
Magnus... I can tell you, Magnus believes that he can pass Martel on the track, on the road. Gives him a slight nudge.
Another bump. Just hey, I'm here.
Down to turn 5, yet again. Track limits being respected. Martel a little bit more sideways than Magnus. Magnus rips the curve.
He's around.
We talked about earlier, that's going to take him out of a transfer. Potentially, it does. This is going to put Erdmann battling Peterson now.
He's going to file in behind. That's a big mistake. I told you it was going to be the highlight tonight, Josh. I didn't get to my thought, but it's because these drivers are going to be attacking that curb. They know the time is there.
I was going to say, bring up your point whenever we have a down moment. Erdmann in second on the road in front of Peterson, who jokered as well, and Magnus. I can't help but think, Justin, that Magnus should have jokered earlier because he's so you get so hyper-focused on catching the guy in front of you, you forget you're on the curb, and around you go. I think a Joker would have helped him there.
Yeah, and I don't know if he tried to change something up, but Magnus is a guy that usually loves to get his Joker out early here. He knows there's a bit of an advantage in getting that empty space early, but I don't know if he saw something we didn't and maybe changed up his strategy on the fly, or if he came in wanting to try something different tonight, but it didn't work in his favor, just trying to push too hard to catch Martel in the infamous downhill hairpin.
Jokers in car number 1 is
Beautifully
Martel.
done.
That beautiful OSS livery. Erdmann holds second. We take the white flag. Martel trying to get his second consecutive pole position. He got passed by McFarlane in the heat race last week in Great Britain. And we look to try and see if the defending champion can recover from a disqualification from last week. He is trying in the best possible fashion to do so. Through turn 6, through turn 7, final corner for Francois Martel, car number 1, position number 1, pole position for the Norwegian Grand Prix, and Cody Erdmann benefits off of Magnus's mistake. He transfers to the semifinal, goes Magnus and Russell Peterson.
Oh, what a great little race. If this is any any peak as to what we're going to get for the rest of the night, oh, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm liking the smaller races, Josh, on a track like hell. Very, very conducive to that.
I told you off the air that don't beat yourself up over that mistake for the semifinals, because that was a good race earlier on, and we hope to have a good one here. Grid for Heat 2, Abedi, Larill, Cosgrove, and Kirtley. So, Abedi I'm taking a look at quali times. Abedi 36.7, Larill 36.9. We talk about what's going to happen for Robbie Larill to finally win a race. We'll just have to wait and see. And Cosgrove trying to join Erdmann in the feature, because remember, those 3 cars transferred from the earlier contenders race. They are battling for the sportsman race here in Supercars. 4 cars, 5 laps, 1 joker, Heat 2 in Norway. Green flag. Former champion Abedi gets the jump over Larill. Larill comes across nearly into Kirtley. Thought better of it. Will we see a joker on the first lap? Larill says absolutely. So does Cosgrove. Former sportsman champion Cosgrove follows Larill into the joker. Abedi, former champion of the series, takes to the regular course in the 99. Ahead of Robbie Kirtley in the 024. Let me tell you, those liveries for the No Control Esport team, very, very pretty for Robbie Kirtley. Remember, Alex Abedi, champion of the series in 2022B. Cody Cosgrove, sportsman champion in 2023A. Abedi leads at the end of the first lap, Justin.
Talking about paint schemes, I'm a sucker for a good paint scheme. I started painting cars the moment I got on the iRacing service because, it turned out to be a pretty... Kirtley jumping into the joker and makes a bit of a mistake. Kind of writes it.
Larill and Cosgrove. Continue.
But, it's kind of a neat way for you to kind of expose or just vent your creative side and smack around in a paint editing software and just bring out some creativity, and I love it. Like I said, started making paints when I first started, and they've progressed. They get more complex as you go.
Real wide in turn 6. Ooh. Sorry to cut you off.
No worry, bit of a bump there.
Abedi yet to joker. Delta is, I think it's about 5 seconds. Correct me off monitor if I'm wrong, Bryan. Sawyer, fastest lap. Alex Abedi, 37.1. He jokers, comes out way in front of Larill, and this is going to be a battle for the transfer. And like I just mentioned, Cosgrove battling Erdmann, who is in the feature. We'll see Matty Grove, defending sportsman champion, in the third heat race here. So those guys still have a battle of their own, and especially with Cosgrove technically second in points and overall, which is astounding for the 18.
It's unbelievable, really. He's hungry for a championship, showing really the rest of the field that he may belong up here with the big boys, and doing a great job holding on to Robbie Larill, another fast driver here in the series.
As Abedi takes the penultimate lap, Larill holds the second spot, Cody Cosgrove in the third spot. And of course, the grids are subject to change in contenders and supercars. We might have to fully address that for the next week. Larill super sideways, just like his satellite teammate Lindy from contenders. And now Larill trying to defend from Cosgrove. As Kirtley in the 024, minding his own business in the fourth spot. White flag for Abedi, trying to take the middle grid spot here in Norway. Former race winner. He won on the short layout, which isn't short at all. It uses the joker as the regular course. I don't understand that logic, but Abedi knows how to get it done here despite being a slightly different layout for the Thai drivers. So looking good.
Oh boy, definitely looking good here. And Cody's still hanging on to Robbie here. Robbie has him in a couple spots like that. This exit right here, but...
Final couple of corners. Abedi holds the lead. Larill runs
Robbie's really wide.
Will it be a slowdown?
No,
Cosgrove's got one corner. Abedi wins. Larill will transfer ahead of Cosgrove and Kirtley.
Just narrowly. Great car control on Robbie, because that's a very tough spot to stick yourself over. There's a good little jump there, a bit of a ditch, and he got the car straightened out, kept it nice and smooth, hopped over there nice and easy, kept it straight. Kudos,
grid for heat number 3. McFarlane, Ragster, and Grove. 3-car heat race. As Bryan Sawyer makes terrible noises off monitor.
He's retching.
Not a fan of those heat races. No, it breaks the graphic, he says. So I guess that's a good reason to not have them. But we'll figure it out. We're still figuring it out together as we get ready. And this is crucial because if McFarlane wins, he's going to be where Grove is on the outside, which means lap 1 joker. We'll have to see. Green flag, off the line. Wheel spin for Ragster. He had it in the first phase, but no wheel spin for McFarlane. He benefits. Grove jokers in the 472. He's got to make sure he transfers, but it's going to be a tall order for him because Cosgrove is in the semifinal, and Erdmann is not. So McFarlane leads And we're going to do something a little bit different. Since it's a 3-car heat race, we're going to go on board. Justin Robichaud, take us around for a lap here in Norway.
All right. Evan McFarland's coming up on this turn here, so you're going to ride the curve. He's riding the grass up there on the right. Slide the car down nice and early. Keep it really tight here, but also kind of diamond it. Run off a bit. Keep wide left. And we'll see if he jokers here. He may. No, he's going to keep it on the course. So you keep it nice and tight here. You don't want to upset the car too much on the curbs. Early braking, because you don't want to upset the car on this transition from dirt to asphalt. Really tight here, and this is another tricky section on the course. You got 2 tires on the gravel on the left, sliding down here on these huge curves. Look at the car just bouncing around on the exit, wide out left, and back to where we started, up on the grass and sliding down the hill.
I appreciate you for full transparency's sake. My wonderful wife Chloe brought me another bowl of that Cajun stuff that I had yesterday. I'm trying to I needed a moment, so apologies there.
Oh, there we go. There goes Evan to the Joker.
8. Ragster takes the spot, but he is yet to Joker in the 91. But he came out in front of Matty Grove.
He's close enough where it's still not terrible for Evan. There's a bit of a buffer there. If he can just bridge the gap a little bit to save you, and then then he knows he's doing very good, and he can keep that pace, and he doesn't have to push too terribly hard. Although, really, your chance of making it at this point pretty darn slim unless you crash.
And we've seen crazier things happen. We talked about the record being broken after 11 years. Jakob Rafos broke that record. Ragster tried to Joker.
Almost went the wrong way there.
So McFarland takes the spot. Ragster comes out in front of Grove. No contest there. And I talk about the reason why I bring that up with Jakob Rafos. He had the record broken. It was broken. He was gone from the rest of the field, as we know that a young Norwegian does, but he didn't take his second Joker, and we had to disqualify him. So anything can happen. I don't know anything until the checkered flag drops. McFarland leads over Ragster and Matty Grove. So no movement on that running order as McFarland takes the white flag.
Yeah, and I mean that's just proof there that no driver is immune to even just slight little stress problems. Having a driver ride on your bumper there like that and put a bit of pressure can be pretty stressful. These drivers barely just driving away from each other at this point though, so not much in the way of that. We're just watching Evan come over this tabletop corner. Oh, he's just so smooth there. Did you see that? Wow.
I did.
Oh, that was a nice little hook. And yeah, this is a driver here, he's practiced that 100 times and one that we may not see spin there tonight. But
checkered flag. McFarland wins. Ragster transfers. To the semifinal goes Matty Grove.
Bit of a tangent. Took that win away from Evan.
All good. No worries. NASA's all about tangents, so it's all good there.
Sabian's sending it in the grid spot area, so we
semi-final time this evening. Russell Peterson on pole position, Cody Crosgrove, Matty Grove, Magnus Okenhaug, and Robbie Kirtley. So both sportsman cars are in this race, and they have to make it to battle Erdmann for the sportsman win. You've got Okenhaug, who's quick but spun. Russell Peterson, remember what happened with him and Erdmann a couple seasons ago. 5 laps, 1 Joker. And the top 2 transfer. We got 3 cars going home.
Ooh, boy.
I've got multiple biases going here. Magnus is my car. Cody's a friend of mine, and I want to see the Slipex cars make the race. Who knows what's going to happen? 5 laps, Joker once, green flag for the semifinal. Off the line, Peterson gets a good run. So does Okenhaug down to the first corner. Okenhaug boxed in, contact with Peterson to the Joker goes Grove. To the inside of Peterson goes Okenhaug to take the spot. Contact between Peterson and Crosgrove in turn 3. Peterson gives it back to the 26. Does he save it into the wall? Goes the man from Norway. A little bit more argy-bargy than I thought. And down the hill to turn 5. Peterson runs it wide. Crosgrove tries to sneak the spot. Contact Crosgrove rips the curb. Contact between them. Okenhaug, mine's in a different spot. Okenhaug in 3rd, Grove in 4th, Kirtley in 5th, and I'm just thinking about how desperate that Crosgrove and Grove have to be at the end of the first lap. Crosgrove leads.
Oh boy, look at the change flying across the track. Cody Crosgrove's just motoring along with that coin bag. He stole the lead and he's just trying to run away with it now. Peterson jumps into the Joker.
Peterson got caught on the berm in the 59.
Gives it right back up to Magnus. So Magnus now has the opportunity. Again, like I said, a fast driver you want to watch out for tonight as Peterson hard on the brakes, makes a mistake. That's not something you want to do back in traffic now with Magnus Okenhaug coming out
Matty
of turn
Grove
5.
Holding the 3rd spot. Grove jokered off that start, I do believe. He did. Peterson has jokered. And if you're Magnus, don't worry about the first place guy.
No.
Joker and hold this spot.
Absolutely. There's no reason to go fight for that position. Cody's got a pretty comfy lead up there. Play for mistakes.
Takes the regular course. Cosgrove jokers. Will he come out behind his teammate? He does not. He comes out in front of Matty Grove in the 472.
Here's the swap. So now we're going to see what Cody's got. Because this is really going to tell us if Magnus has the absolute pace over Cosgrove. Because when they do that Joker switcheroo,
I think Magnus has the pace, but he was in the wall in turn 1 and in turn 3. So I don't know how big of an issue that's going to be, but it looks like he's pulled a decent gap over Grove in the 472. We're right on board Cosgrove.
Cody's right back in it there. He's still clinging right on. I'm very, very curious to see how it comes out. When he comes down,
joker for Magnus.
Here?
I'll tell you exactly what Magnus is thinking. He does not joker until the last lap here, at least in this race. Use the clear track. Don't put yourself in traffic and get distracted. Peterson over the curb in turn 2 off monitor. The 59 pushing very hard, the man from Illinois, trying to make this feature race.
And there's just no mistake at all for Magnus right now.
Be.
No room for error whatsoever. Cody's right there
off
the
in
track
turn 7. Don't know if that's going to be a penalty for the 26. It is not. We take the white flag. And with no Justin Ament has bowed out of NASA Rallycross.
Yes, no choice.
This is the only JC Simsport car. He takes to the Joker, comes out. I think he's going to be with Grove. He takes the spot from Grove.
Oh, boy, now it's just... Oh, it's defensive driving now.
No mistakes from the 26. Cosgrove holds the spot. Grove on the outside looking in the 472. Defending sportsman champion. Looks at his teammate and Magnus Okenhaug holding the transfer spots. Final couple of corners.
Oh, we all know how desperation sets in those final corners. Here he comes. Sets himself up.
Final corner. Cosgrove wins the semifinal, transferring as Magnus. 9th place will be Grove. 10th Kirtley and 11th Russell Peterson.
Great drive. Great drive from both those drivers. Magnus kept it right there to the end.
As just confirmation, 9th and 10th seeds, Cosgrove and Okenhaug, 11th Grove, 12th Kirtley, 13th Peterson. We're going to step aside for the final time tonight. The feature race in Norway is next.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with zero practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. Mertz deep on the brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau. Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
it. Side between these two and turn one, this is going to get spicy.
Turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clogging the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Over in the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Ragster acing the entry to turn one, up Betty to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. Grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Ronnie's going to hold the spot. We welcome you back to round 249 of the championship overall and round 3 of the 29th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge here in Lånkebanen, Hell in Norway. With Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, 2022A Sportsman Champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Our grid for the Norwegian Grand Prix fairly quickly, and I'll get a quick prediction from you as well. Francois Martel, Alex Zabetti, Evan McFarland, Cody Erdmann, Robbie Larill, Sabian Ragster, Crosgrove, Oakenhaug. That's our 8 cars. Justin, give me a quick prediction before this warm-up ends.
Ooh, okay, so I'm really hoping for an Evan McFarland win, but I'm actually going to predict Alex Zabetti pulls this one through. I think he's going to get, what would be, win number 2 here?
It would be win number 2, first on this layout. And for the sportsman race, we've got Cody Crosgrove and Cody Erdmann. Crosgrove going for yet another victory in the sportsman class. Cody Erdmann going for his first win in NASA in general since 2019 B Daytona when he won sportsman. That was race 155 of the championship for the man from Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us all evening on the Automotive Sports Network. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like our content, and www.nasasimracing.com if you'd like to race. 8 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers, and we know how turn 1 is here in Norway. Grab your hard hats. Thanks for joining us as we get ready in hell. Green flag in Norway. Off the line. I thought it was Martel who had a jump start. I don't think he did. Betty leads down to the first corner. 3 wide for the teammates. Morgan shot contact. Around goes Larill. As I thought jokering was going to be a Betty, he thought better of it. Jokering was McFarland and Ragster, and 1 car already out. It's Larill. Teammates. Martel and Betty
across the track and takes out
McFarland! McFarland's around in a 0-4. We will not see history broken in the supercar class this evening. Argy-bargy from, Erdmann around Oakenhaug. Crosgrove with a slowdown puts Erdmann to 3rd overall. Through turn 6 and through 7 for the first time. Martel leads Betty. Oakenhaug battling Erdmann. Contact between them. Over the jump for the first time. Will we see, as let's try and get a replay, hopefully maybe even side by side, as jokering is Erdmann in the 52. For his first bit of strategy, Justin.
All right, we're going to take her side by side here as, just Sabian Ragster goes off the track, comes back in, unfortunately. Tags, Francois goes around and he tries to come back on. Oh yeah, just a mess back there. Unfortunate.
As Martel leads Betty in the 1 and the 99. Down to fourth gear in these cars, hug the curb, go a little bit farther out wide. At least that's what I do in the light. You use the sand to get the bite off the corner. Over the jump, will we see a joker? For the top two, we will not. Absolutely hug this curb, hug the white line, and utilize that little bit of curb to get the momentum off the corner. Oakenhout Joker's in the 26. He will be in front of Erdmann. Erdmann completes his strategy in the 52, comes out behind Crosgrove. McFarland battling Larrill, as Betty and Martel absolutely committed at the bottom of the hill. I thought that was going to be a slowdown for both of them, or a spin, but it wasn't. Ooh. We talked about in the opener how precise you have to be. These guys, best in this discipline, and you can certainly see that.
Oh, precision, like you need precision and just pure brute strength, Josh, because those curbs try to rip the wheel out of your hands.
Yes.
They want to pull the car in directions that you don't want the car to go, and you're trying to make it do a perfect
Oakenhout Jokers. Crosgrove's got one joker left. Oakenhout comes out in front of Erdmann on the road. So the Norwegian has pipped Erdmann in the 52. Ragster in the back of the field in the 91. McFarland on the outside looking in now of a podium. And that's the only thing that's unfortunate. When you have a bad race like that, that's going to change. We might see Cody Crosgrove overall points leader. We'll have to wait and see.
And he's third at the moment in this race, sitting ahead of Magnus, who's giving him a bit of pressure at the moment, but both of them taking one joker. And it is real close here between these two.
Martel leads Abeti 36.9 for Martel, 37.1 for Abeti. Put that into perspective. 37.8 for Crosgrove. Magnus was a joker lap. It was a 37.1 for Erdmann and Larrill. These three OSS cars that came together, Larrill, McFarland, and Ragster, if they can figure it out, it's going to be a spicy race. Speaking of, Martel takes cross flags halfway home for the French-Canadian. And we talked about when you get disqualified,
there goes.
And Larrill. And Larrill takes the spot.
Erdmann slams the rear tires up off the ground in that jump we mentioned earlier, and just no grip at all. Car just spun.
Jokers in the 18. He gets passed by both of them.
He's going to come into traffic.
Erdmann deep on the brakes into Larrill.
Oh, and Cody's hard on the brakes too, trying not to get into Cody Erdmann coming down.
From second, in turn 6. Larrill gets turned as well. Abeti back going again. We take 4 laps to go. Wow. Focus on the battle here with Larrill, Erdmann, and Crosgrove battling for the sportsman win. As this track, remember, it is rubbered in. It is terrible. Even after the warm-up got a reset. Erdmann gets a bump from Crosgrove. These guys battling for a race win as well. This is going to be spicy. And let me tell you, I know how Cody Erdmann drives when it's driving defensive. Such a terrifying driver on track. He holds the spot over Crosgrove. McFarland getting close, and McFarland stuck in traffic. With Abeti's mistake, this has given Martel clear run to the victory.
Oh, and Cody Crosgrove must be just so mad right now. He comes from a third place spot.
Turn 5, rips the right front of the curb. They make contact. You can't go side by side into turn 6, boys. Erdmann closes the door.
It's so tough. I've been through there before.
Off the track goes Erdmann. Comes out in front. McFarland hits Crosgrove. McFarland makes a mistake.
No choice.
And then he contact again with Erdmann and Crosgrove. Erdmann into the fence in the 52.
Oh boy. And Evans able to get that cleared, but that's a huge jump back this late in the race. Just not what you want to have happen. But that's what you get when you ride in traffic here at Hell. There's not many places to make any passes, and if you get accordion, there's nowhere to go.
2 laps to go for Francois Martel. Abeti holds second. Oakenhout third at his home race. Larrill, Crosgrove, McFarland, and Ragster. As the ticker with Erdmann off the track, of course, has to update here.
Yeah. Once the transponders come through.
As that's the one thing about this track. You either get super clean and strung out, or it is immensely argy-bargy. And these guys, super entertaining, but that's Rallycross racing. I'm trying not to tell myself that it was a little bit too aggressive, but we'll have to figure that out overnight when the protests roll in. White flag for Francois Martel.
We'll see what happens as this final lap starts to unfold. Everything kind of fizzled out here now. Magnus clutching onto Abeti.
Martel jokers
still
to complete his strategy.
Evan just closed a huge gap on Cody here in the final lap. Does he have something for him?
Abeti second. Oakenhout third. Larrill takes the joker. I think he might get pipped by Crosgrove. He does not. They come out side by side for the 4th spot. Crosgrove on the outside. Larrill gets nudged by his teammate.
Oh, and Evan pushes him back out in front.
Martel, turn 6, turn 7.
Oh, no!
He will come off
Robbie.
the final corner to tie Dylan Livengood for 5th all-time on the wins list. Number 13 for Francois Martel. He does it in Norway. Abedi 2nd. Okenhaug 3rd. Around is McFarland from the 5th spot.
Oh, so many mistakes back there.
Larill rips the curb. Crosgrove comes home in the 4th spot.
Larill's got to slow down. Might give that up to Evan here. No,
we'll have to wait and see how it unravels.
I think
Martel,
he crossed with a
Abedi,
black
Okenhaug,
flag.
Crosgrove, Larill, McFarland, Ragster, Erdmann are results.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Oh, boy.
The quest for another victory for Cody Erdmann will have to wait, but Francois Martel has tied the pioneer of the series, Dylan Livengood, with a 13th career victory, and he is no longer tied at the modern era wins leader. He was tied with Connor Parisi at 12 for so long until tonight. Abedi 2nd, Okenhaug 3rd, Crosgrove, best of the rest and the sportsman winner, Larill, McFarland, Ragster, Erdmann, our feature race order. And remember, 9th down the order from the semifinal, Grove, Kirtley, Peterson down to 11th. Let's grab everybody here into the media pen, and let's wait and see who we can grab first. So let me try and bring in Cody Crosgrove, our sportsman winner. You won earlier. You won tonight. I guess talk me through your race, and also talk me through the contact with Cody there.
That was hectic. Like I even lifted to see if he could straighten it out, and I feel bad. I said sorry, and yeah, but we were racing so good, and then that happened, so I felt bad.
As with no Winicky and Erdmann still finished 2nd. Your points lead in sportsman has jumped considerably. I guess it was super hectic. So talk me through how hectic it was, because we had Larill, we had you, we had Erdmann, we had everyone on top of each other that entire race. Especially, I think on the last lap, I'm trying to call Martel to the race win, and you guys are like 3 wide in turn 5. So talk me through this car here.
Sorry, my language. But yeah, that was crazy. I saw Evan coming up on me, and I know he's super fast. I was wondering what actually happened to him, and I was just focusing on Cody, and then all of a sudden I see Evan behind me, and then we started bumping and banging, and it was mostly clean. But yeah, it's unfortunate about Cody. I did not mean to do that.
As anyone you'd like to thank for another sportsman win this evening?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Slate Packs for giving me this car and the setup, and I'd like to thank you guys for obviously putting on the show, and yeah.
Alrighty, my friend. Good sweep, good record being broken, and we'll see you next week in Barcelona.
I'm gonna try to keep her going, boys.
We're going to bring in our 3rd place man, Magnus Okenhaug. Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Magnus, welcome to the box. I feel like it's been a little while.
Yeah.
How you feeling tonight? Of all the tracks you could get on the podium, this one has to feel pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah, like I was hoping to have a shot on the podium, because like, as you guys know, like this is basically my home turf. So like, out of all the tracks,
absolutely,
from the season, like I feel like this was a track I had the best shot at.
Yeah, I was calling you out. I definitely mentioned that you're a hometown guy here, and you were one to watch, and you definitely pulled it out. So now there was a lot going on, especially with some Joker. Did you change your Joker strategy up earlier? I know you like to go early. There was a race. I'm trying to think which one it was. You kind of pulled the trigger a bit later.
You mean in the heat? Or
yeah. It wasn't the heat then.
Yeah, like my strategy was to be because Russell was behind me, and he had like a 2-second gap, and a Joker delta is like 3 seconds. So I couldn't Joker like until he had Jokered, so I could get the clean air when I Jokered myself. And also when I was already on Martel's rear bumper, I was like, I have to go for it, because if I give him the free track, then he's just gonna run away.
Exactly. Yeah, we were kind of thinking the same thing. No, awesome, Magnus. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Not really. Just the big boy boss, Josh, for letting me drive his cars. So it's nothing more than that.
Awesome.
You're too kind.
Thanks,
Good run, my
Magnus.
friend. I thought you had it. I'm gonna be biased for a minute. I thought you had a good run, but we'll take third. So good run, my friend. We'll see you next week in Barcelona.
Yeah, thank you.
One more for you, Justin. We've got Alex Abetti. I'll take the winner, Francois Martel, shortly. So Alex Abetti, Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Alex, my friend.
Hi, Justin.
Fantastic racing. It's good to see you back up here in that beautiful blue and gold car. And you basically just followed Francois tonight. Were you just kind of hoping for a mistake from him, or were you really pushing and he just had a ton of speed tonight?
Yeah, I was working a lot on the setup, and I was practicing a lot. I had very good and consistent times. Like last season, I spun at the dirt sweeper, and I wanted to make sure that this won't happen. And yeah, I got that. I got that right. The problem was, like, I think the pace was about the same, but because I followed him so closely and all this dust coming up, I couldn't see the track. So I had no idea. I had no idea about the track line. I didn't see it, and yeah, it was the one track was very wide, and I just slept. And and I was very lucky I could save it. But the next lap, when I saw that, I understood what happened. I said, "Oh, because of that."
The line. Yeah. See, that makes sense. There were a lot of times where I saw you got really close and then kind of dropped off. So that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Yeah, fantastic. No, great drive tonight, Alex. It's a fantastic finish. You should be super proud of yourself behind Francois. That's a great little drive. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, Justin, for saving my life for what happened. And I'd like to thank my teammates, Sabian Ragsler, who unfortunately had not a good race, and Josh Glock, who was not there, and my mates at Team Gold.
Awesome.
Tyler, if you're watching, thank you too.
Thank you so much, Alex. Fantastic finish, and hope to see you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, Francois Martel, we talked about the disqualification last week in Brands Hatch. You weren't in the position to break the record like Evan was, but I do want to tell you, you are no longer tied with Connor Parisi as the winningest modern era driver in NASA Rallycross. You are tied with, I hate to say it, the co-founder, Dylan Livingood, 13 wins. He is that number stood for a while. You are sneaking into the top 5 territory, my friend. Talk me through your race.
Yeah, if you keep making awesome series, I'm gonna try and have break as many records as possible.
You can't break mine though. Good luck.
I don't even know what it is, but I'll give it an honest try. I can promise that. But yeah, for the race, honestly, like when I practice, I almost didn't care about the race. I practiced the qualifying. I had like a special setup because just like in real life in hell, you always almost the guy that is first in qualifying wins. So I really focused on that. But I also busted out the spreadsheet to check out my laps for the race and check the standard deviation of my laps and try to get that as little as possible. So I'm trying to measure my consistency now. So
wow,
I'm there now.
I love it. So unofficially, once I find my spreadsheet, you are 27 down on McFarland. So you've been in this situation before. I think it was when you were battling Alex for that championship where you're on the outside looking in. I mean, I feel like I know the answer of just pushing like no tomorrow, trying to win every race, but is that the game plan to try and overhaul your teammate? I know it's early, but every point matters.
Yeah, as you said, like every point matters. I had like in the first round I didn't score much points simply because I missed the start of the heat. So really anything can happen. I'm still filled with confidence. As you said, it's not really the first time that this kind of stuff happened. So I'm just gonna control the controllable, which is do good in qualifying And for the love of God, don't miss anything in the race. And this is all I can do.
As finally, is there anyone you'd like to thank for your 13th win in NASA Rallycross?
That wouldn't be possible, of course, without Overwatch Specialty Service, which has been with us for so long. So thank you. Thanks a lot. For this track in particular, my setup, which is on teamwatsonracing.com, was really helpful. So if you want to get it. And KES Racing Industry, thank you. And thanks to you guys.
Absolutely, my friend. Justin, you got anything for our race winner?
Nope, answered everything. It was fantastic. Great race, Francois. And as always, and we will see you next week.
Yes, without a doubt.
Wow. What a race. We saw a history broken in a different manner, with Francois becoming the sole, words are hard, like the sole guy to be at the top of the table. Connor Parisi's had 12 wins since 2021.
Yeah,
and especially
in a long time too. So
and especially that top 5 on the wins list. So I hate to bring it up. Myself leads with 40, Philip Kraus 24, Chris Wetz 20, Cody Erdmann 18, Dylan Livingood 13. That's been the same since we went to iRacing, and none of us were successful. For Francois to break into that, and I know you as a relatively newer member compared to me, it's like he's going on a tangent again, but
no.
I never thought, because we had Sindre Silva, we had Jake Robertson, they ran and then they left, and I thought, are we ever going to see these top 5 get usurped? Is it ever going to happen? And Francois Martel has taken that and ran with it to be tied with Dylan Livingood for 5th all-time on the wins list. Put it into perspective, Dylan Livingood's last win was Las Vegas 2015A, and I will tell you when that was. It was quite some time ago.
Racing either, was it?
It was not. 2015A was round number 68 of the championship for Dylan Livingood's 13th and final win. So we're going to go over final classification, unofficially, of the results here this evening from Norway. We're going to get unofficial points and then close this up. So Francois Martel won ahead of Alex Abedi, Magnus Okenhaug. No points are on the screen. I'll carve through this really quickly. Crosgrove, Larill, McFarlane, Ragster, Erdmann. That was our classification. Unofficial points, McFarlane ahead of Crosgrove, who is tied with Martel with 47. Okenhaug and Abedi with 43 tied. Clog did not race, drops to 6th. Larill, Erdmann, Palacio, Kirtley the top 10. OSS Patrol Alpha 133, OSS Patrol Bravo 72, JC Simsport 58, Slaypex Subaru 47, Firelight 23, and you take a look down the order. We don't have a graphic for it because I decided to make my own rules, but Cody Crosgrove leads the Sportsman Cup 73 over Cody Erdmann with 42, and Matty Grove with 34. So it's looking good for Crosgrove there. Just a couple programming notes before we say goodnight here on the Automotive Sports Network. Be sure to tune in Sunday, October 29th. For round 4 of the NASA Rallycross Lights, you'll have Victor Valley in the production truck, Jared Lott and James Watson, and maybe Cody Erdmann up in the commentary box for that one, 9 p.m. Eastern on ASN Live. Our next round for the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge will also be in Barcelona, October 30th, next Monday. 8 p.m. Eastern. Remember, with contenders, we start a little early. So Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, and myself, Josh Mertz, for that one. And then the penultimate round of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge from Okayama in Japan. That'll be Thursday, November 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern, ASN Live. Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, and myself, Josh Mertz, for that one. Just a reminder, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much, and I genuinely mean this, to Rob Hartland for your continued support. I know, Bryan, you said nothing negative earlier on, but when we were in a place of not continuing, Rob stepped up and became the entitlement partner and expanding that partnership. Very, very thankful for that one. Our coverage on ASN tonight brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Thirdly, our cameras for the entire season are provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abedi. Yes, the same one who finished second this evening. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. And if you'd like to race, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. Justin Robichaud, give me a final thought, and I'll seal this one up.
Oh, I loved it. I like the smaller races here a lot at Hell, and I think we're just gonna like the smaller races going forward. Period. I think it's really just letting the best shine through, and just keeping the racing close. Even though it does spread out near the end of the racing, yes, but like when you don't have 8 cars barreling down into a T1 that really should be for 5 cars, it just makes calamity when there shouldn't be calamity. So no, I think this was fantastic all around. There were some issues, but overall super fantastic racing, very exciting from start to finish, and just looking forward to round.
As the unofficial international trophy concludes next week, as it's just one of those weird little stat keeping things I like to keep, so no prizes awarded for that, but we'll see what happens next week. The checkered flag falls on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Jess Rakowski, Victor Valley, Jared Lott, Chad Irvine, Philip Kraus, Justin Robichaud, James Watson, Cody Erdmann, and Bryan Sawyer, my name is Josh Mertz, as we hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge tonight from Norway. We congratulate our Contender Series and Sportsman Class winner, Cody Cosgrove. Remember, he broke that 11-year record, winning the first 3 rounds of the championship for Contenders. And congratulations to Francois Martel, winning the Supercars race and becoming the winningest driver in modern-era NASA Rallycross, and tied for 5th on the wins list with Dylan Livingood. Be sure to join us next Sunday for Lights in Barcelona. But until then, so long, everyone.